Miss Bouchard, I'm afraid I have some important information to share with you. Your test results indicate that you have HIV.
HIV? How is that possible? I've been celibate for the past 3 years since I gave my life to Christ. How could I have contracted HIV without sexual activity?
Miss Bouchard, HIV can be transmitted through means other than sexual activity. It can be spread through sharing sharp objects like needles or syringes, receiving contaminated blood products, or from an infected mother to her child during childbirth or breastfeeding. It's essential to consider all potential sources of transmission.
This news is so devastating. I don't know how to deal with it.
I can imagine how overwhelming this must be for you. But I want you to know that an HIV diagnosis is not the end of the world. Medical advances have come a long way, and with proper care and treatment, you can lead a healthy life.
What about the social stigma attached to having the virus? Does science have a solution for that?
I won't deny that there's still some stigma surrounding HIV. However, people's perceptions can change with education. It's also essential to surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, and healthcare professionals.
Lily, I went to the hospital today, and the doctor informed me that I have HIV. Oh my goodness, Annie. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you okay? I'm devastated and confused. I haven't even been sexually active for 3 years since I dedicated my life to Christ, so I don't know how this could have happened. I can't imagine how you are feeling right now. It's so unfair. Have you spoken to the doctor about how you might have contracted it? Yes, he mentioned things like sharing needles, blood transfusions, and others. I honestly don't know how it happened. That must be incredibly frustrating. But remember, I'm here for you every step of the way. Thank you, Lily. Lily, it's me, Chloe. Are you home? Chloe. Hey, come on in. It's been too long since we've seen each other. I know. I've missed you. So, what have you been up to today? I tried calling you earlier, but you weren't answering, and your door was locked. Oh, sorry about that. I was out visiting a friend who has been feeling unwell lately. Is your friend okay? What's going on with them? Well, she's been dealing with some health issues, and today she received some distressing news. She found out that she had HIV. Oh no, that's terrible. Girls these days won't settle with one man. They prefer to jump from bed to bed for fun. She's been telling everyone she hasn't been sexually active since 3 years ago, but she can't fool me. Wait a minute, Lily. Is the friend you're talking about Annie Bouchard? Yes. How did you know? Who doesn't know who she is? We went to the same church a few years ago. I can't forget how she's always sharing her testimony about being celibate and dedicating her life to Christ. Yes, that's definitely her. She has not changed a bit. I believe she deliberately does that to indirectly tell the rest of us she's better than us. Now the truth has come out. I thought I was the only one having that same thought. The Bible is indeed true. The wickedness that people do comes back to haunt them. Hello?
Good evening, Miss Bouchard. This is the hospital calling regarding your recent test results.
Yes, go on.
We deeply apologize for the confusion, but there was a mix-up at the lab, and the initial report given to you was for someone else. After reviewing your test results again, we can confirm that you are HIV negative.
Wait, what? So, I don't have HIV?
That's correct. We understand that this must have been incredibly distressing for you, and we are truly sorry for the error.
Distressing? It's been more than distressing. I've had sleepless nights, anxiety, and so much fear for my future. How could your staffs let this happen?
We have investigated how it happened and fired the staff responsible. Such a mistake would definitely not repeat itself again.
I can't believe a hospital as reputable as yours could do this. My only relief is that I don't have HIV.
We are truly sorry, Miss Bouchard. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
No, thank you. I'd rather get a new doctor. Bye.
So, Annie, I've heard some really nice things about you. Mr. Joe told me that you're a great person.
Oh, really? That's kind of him to say. Good evening, folks. Welcome to our restaurant. Here are the menus for you to look through. Thank you. Annie Bouchard, right? From Word of Life Church. Word of Life Church. Yes, I attend there, but I don't quite remember you. That's okay. It has been some time, and the church community has grown since then. I'm Chloe, by the way. Chloe Belanger. Nice to meet you, Chloe. Sorry, my memory's not the best when it comes to faces from the past. There is no need to apologize at all. It happens. Anyway, take your time with the menu, and let me know when you're ready to order. Thank you, Chloe. Well, that was awkward.
I've been here a few times before, and she's always been friendly. It seems like she knows quite a few people around here.
I wish my memory was better.
Memories can fade. What matters is the present. With that in mind, I really wish to take things forward with us.
What are you saying?
How about a second date?
I believe you have earned it. It was really fun talking to you. I hope you liked our service here at Neptune. And how was your date with Annie?
A mutual friend match made us. I didn't want to come because I thought it was old school and all. But he kept filling my head with really good stuff about Annie. I guess I wasn't disappointed.
That's nice. Annie and I were friends back in the day.
Really? She barely knew you.
She doesn't want to admit she knows me because she's hiding something.
What do you mean?
Annie Bouchard is HIV positive.
What?
She didn't tell you about it?
Not at all.
I guess she's doing a pretty good job hiding it. Brother, run for your life. She keeps fooling everyone by saying she's celibate and stuff like that. But everyone knows HIV doesn't fall from the sky.
Why would she hide something like that from me? I mean, I know it's our first date, but I made it clear I wanted something serious.
I've seen her type before. They try to lead you on for months till you're emotionally invested and all in. Then they drop the bomb on you hoping you'd be too far in to break up with them. It happened to my cousin, and he did not hesitate to call it quits. Thank God he did not contract the disease.
What?
Yes. It's common around here. I've only noticed your face around here a few times. You're new here, right?
I am.
Then you have to be careful, my brother. What you see can be deceiving. The truth lies beneath the skin.
Thank you for giving me this vital information.
You are welcome. I'm Chloe Belanger, by the way. Where were you living before you moved down here? Why is Carter not replying to his messages? It won't even show if he's received it or not. Wait, did he block my number? But he made it clear he wanted another date. It's been 3 weeks now, and I've still not heard from him. I'll call his number. Not connecting. Okay. I've tried my best. Time to go get dressed for my hospital appointment. Hopefully, this new hospital will be more professional and attentive to details. Lily, you won't believe what happened. I got retested at a different hospital, and it turns out I'm HIV negative. Oh, Annie, that's incredible news. I'm so happy for you. It must be such a huge weight off your shoulders. It definitely is. I can't thank you enough for being there for me during that tough time. Of course, Annie. Friends are meant to be there for each other through thick and thin. There is more good news. While I was at the hospital, I met this really nice guy. We got talking, and I invited him to come to church with me. I'm sure you did not hesitate to tell him you were a virgin. What? Why would I say that to a total stranger? It was just a joke. Calm down. You know, Eli, I've had some past relationships, but there was this one guy who was truly amazing. No one I've met since then has ever quite measured up to his standard.
Oh, really? That must have been quite a special relationship.
It was. We had a lot of wonderful moments together. He was so caring, understanding, and supportive. I thought we were going to get married someday.
If he was that great, why did you guys break up?
Well, he was the one who ended the relationship. It was a tough time for both of us, but he felt like we were heading in different directions.
So, how have you been since then?
There has been a few people, but none of them have made me feel the way my ex did. It's been a bit disheartening, to be honest.
I don't think anyone can come close to his awesomeness. Not even me.
Oh, Eli, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable by talking about my ex-relationship. It wasn't intentional. I just tend to talk too much when I'm emotional sometimes.
Yeah, sure. So, how did your date with that Annie girl go? Well, she's a nice person, and we had a good time. But unfortunately, she's not my type. She's either a talkative or still stuck in the past. What do you mean? She kept talking about her ex, how great he was, and how no one she's met since then measures up to him. She's placed him on this pedestal, and I don't want to have to compete with that. That's a valid concern, Eli. I'll advise you to be with someone who is ready to fully invest in a new relationship. Hi, Annie. I noticed you're during the service, and I wanted to come say hi.
Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. It's really nice to see you.
I was wondering if you'd like me to give you a ride home.
Sure, I'd like that.
So, Annie, how long have you been coming to this church?
I've been attending this church for quite a few years now. It's been a significant part of my life.
That's wonderful. It's nice to meet someone who's been a part of the community for a while. I've always wanted to find a welcoming community where I could grow in my faith.
Thank God we ran into each other at the hospital. Word of Life is a great place for that. The people here are friendly and supportive. I'm sure you'll feel right at home in no time. Annie, my dear, I couldn't help but notice you and the new guy spending time together last week Sunday. Are you two a couple? Oh, no, Rebecca. We're just friends. We've been getting to know each other, but it's nothing romantic. Well, it's lovely to see you both bonding and enjoying each other's company. Absolutely, Rebecca. Hello? Oh no, I can't believe it. Thank you for letting me know. Annie, dear, is everything all right? I just received some heartbreaking news. My brother-in-law passed away from leukemia. It's so sudden and devastating. I'm so sorry to hear that, my dear. Losing a loved one is never easy. Please know that I'm here for you if you need someone to talk to or lean on. What's even more disheartening is that it's becoming a trend for the women in my family to become widows shortly after marriage. Losing loved ones so soon after marriage is a heavy burden to bear. I don't know why this keeps happening, and it scares me. You are not alone, Annie. We are here for you. Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, Elliot. Are you waiting for someone?
Yes. I'm waiting for Annie. I could not spot her in church today. I'm starting to wonder if she came at all.
She was around this morning, but she went back early after receiving a sad call from home.
What happened? Is she okay?
She's fine. I've noticed you spending time with Annie, and I can't help but wonder if there is something going on between you two.
I know it's too soon, but I really like her. I haven't told her yet. I'm waiting for an appropriate time to pursue a relationship with her.
I see, Elliot. It's clear that you care for Annie, but there is something you should know about her family.
What is it?
The women in Annie's family have experienced a pattern of losing their husbands at a young age. It's become somewhat of a trend, and I thought I should tell you.
That's really sad to hear. But why does that happen?
It's not entirely clear, my dear. I think there's a curse going on in their family.
I appreciate you letting me know, Rebecca. It's certainly something to consider and be cautious about.
Dear God, I need your guidance. I can't help but notice that men come into my life, but they never seem to stay. It's been a pattern, and it hurts. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or why they quickly start to avoid me. Please, God, I ask for your wisdom and understanding. Show me the areas in my life where I need to grow and improve. I pray for a love like Ruth and Boaz in the Bible, a love that is genuine, steadfast, and rooted in you. Lead me to my Boaz, a man who will love me for who I am and with whom I can build a lasting and beautiful relationship. Hi Lucy. Coming from the lobby. Did you see the number of applicants that showed up for the job opening posted only yesterday?
Are you serious? When I walked past the lobby this morning, there were only 5 of them. That was how I got to spot a thief who used to work at the same store as my niece.
Seriously? There is someone with a history of theft applying for a job in this organization? We don't want people like her here, please. We need to do something about it quickly.
Trust me, I have reported to the HR manager, and he's assured me she won't get the job.
That's good. You all, how are you sure she's really a thief? You don't even know her in person. Just hearsay, and you're already running with the news and ruining her chances of getting a job.
I said my niece worked with her in the past. She even confided in my niece about how she left the job because she had unresolved conflicts with her ex-boss.
And that means she's a thief.
My niece said cash was always going missing when she was around, so she put bits and pieces together and realized she must be the thief.
You don't even have any proof for your allegations.
What is your problem? You don't even know her, yet you are taking sides with her. Does it ever occur to you that you could be wrong?
That's exactly my point. You could also be wrong. You don't know her.
Oh, come on, we all know that for every rumor, there's an iota of truth in it. Nothing is hidden under the sun.
It's up to you to believe whatever it is you want to believe. I just wish you would not do it at the expense of others.
There she goes again with the holier-than-thou attitude. That was how you were gallivanting around pretending to be Virgin Mary and making all the guys chase you until we found out you contracted HIV from being promiscuous. You are in no position to tell me what's right or wrong.
What? Who told you I had HIV? It's not true.
Don't act surprised. Pretty much everyone knows by now. They were just too scared to tell you face to face.
How did she know about my HIV diagnosis? I'll go confront Lily. She was the first person I confided in when I returned from the hospital. But what if she's not the one? Then I'm going to risk losing our friendship. Maybe I should start by confronting the 4 other people, aside from Lily, I confided in. No, it's 5. 6 plus Zion. I didn't realize I had told that many people. But I thought they were trustworthy friends. Apparently, I was wrong. Mom, I need to talk to you about something that's been bothering me. It's about my relationships. Every time I start going out with someone and start to share my excitement with my friends and sometimes even with others in the church, it seems like the moment I do that, the guy starts to pull away, and things don't work out. Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear that you were going through this. Have you thought that perhaps you need to be more cautious about what you reveal and to whom? What do you mean, Mom? Not everyone in this world is genuinely happy about other people's progress or good news. Some might get really envious or resentful that they say or do things that can impact your success. You need to learn to discern what to say and to whom to say it. So, you're saying I shouldn't share my excitement with others? Not necessarily. I'll read the passage of the Bible I went through during my devotion this morning. Matthew 8 verses 2 to 4. Then a man suffering from a dreaded skin disease came to Jesus, knelt down before him, and said, "Sir, if you want to, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out and touched him, I do want to, he answered. Be clean. At once, the man was healed of his disease. Then Jesus said to him, Listen. Don't tell anyone, but go straight to the priest and let him examine you. Then, in order to prove to everyone that you are cured, offer the sacrifice that Moses ordered. Can you tell me one thing that stood out from the passage? The part where Jesus instructed the sick man to tell no one about his healing until he had shown himself to the priest. Good. You will notice that telling people to keep quiet about a miracle was a repeated pattern for Jesus. The first reason is that he was protecting the people receiving the miracle from being attacked by non-believers. For instance, after Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, John chapter 12 verse 10 says the chief priests made plans to kill Lazarus because they were not happy with the miracle. In similar ways, several other people in the Bible who received deliverance at the hands of Jesus came under attack by non-believers. Even Jesus himself was mindful of who he shared his assignment with while on earth. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 8, says, None of the rulers of this world knew this wisdom. If they had known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. And if there had been no crucifixion, there would have been no resurrection or salvation as we know it today. As Christians, we have no business telling anyone anything about our lives, whether good or bad, until we have taken it to God in prayer. You ought to be selective about whom you share delicate things with. Also, consider waiting until the relationship is more established. Thank you, Mom. I really needed this advice. I'll be more mindful about what I share and with whom I share it.
Hey, Annie.
Michael, what is up with you?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for helping me out with that presentation. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Michael. I'm glad I could help you.
There's something else I wanted to tell you. I've been crushing on you for a while now, and I don't know how to say it, but I really like you, Annie.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I appreciate your honesty, Michael.
I was wondering if you'd like to go out with me sometime. Maybe we could grab dinner or catch a movie?
You know what, Michael? I'd like that. I think it would be nice to spend some time together outside of work.
Really? That's great. I promise I won't disappoint you, Annie.
Annie, my dear, is everything all right? I've noticed that you've been a bit distant lately. Oh, everything's fine, Rebecca. I've just been a bit busy with work and other things. I see. Well, you know you can always talk to me if something's bothering you. I appreciate that, Rebecca. You're always so caring. By the way, the last time we talked, you were telling me how you and Elliot were becoming closer. Have things changed? Have you finally gone on a date? Unfortunately, we are no longer on speaking terms. You know how life is, Rebecca. Things change all the time. But, how are things with you? I am fine. Now, tell me, have you found someone special? Oh, Rebecca, you're too persistent. Let's just say that I'm taking things one step at a time and enjoying life as it comes. All right, I won't press you further. Just know that I'm always here for you if you need someone to talk to. Thank you, Rebecca. You're a true friend. And you're like family to me. My dear Annie, it's so good to see you. And you must be Michael. Welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Catherine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ah, the mysterious man who has been making my daughter smile so much lately. I'm glad to finally meet you, Michael.
I hope the smile is a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. It warms my heart to see Annie happy. Mom, don't embarrass me. It's a mother's prerogative, my dear. Michael, your last name sounds familiar. Do you happen to have any family in the area?
Yes, actually. My parents live not too far from here.
Oh, my goodness, I think I know your family. How wonderful.
That's amazing. It's a small world, isn't it?
I can see you two already have a connection. Oh, absolutely. Michael here is from a good family. I know his parents.
Thank you, ma'am.
One more thing, son. Do you drink?
No, ma'am. I don't drink.
Do you have a terminal illness we should know about?
No, ma'am. I'm as healthy as a horse.
The reason I asked is because my other two daughters made some choices that came back to haunt them. My late son-in-law, Oliver, was fond of drinking to stupor and driving under the influence of alcohol even before marrying my daughter. I brought up the issue with her when he made his intention of marrying her known, but she brushed it off, saying he would change. He got into an accident while driving under the influence of alcohol shortly after marriage, which ended his life.
That is heartbreaking. Did your other son-in-law die from a terminal illness? I'm just judging from the question you asked me.
You guessed it right. He had leukemia. His days were already numbered, but they both decided to push through with the wedding for reasons best known to them. He passed away 3 months later.
They must have wanted him to experience the feeling of being married in his lifetime. Your daughter is really a strong woman.
Well, that's one way to look at it. I still can't help but feel bad that my daughter's choices turned them into widows at such a young age. I don't want the same for Annie.
Well, I'm very intentional about life, and I would never do anything that would decrease the quality of my life on purpose. I also don't have any terminal illnesses. So, do we have your blessings, Mrs. Bouchard?
You know what, Michael? You do. You seem like a wonderful young man, and knowing your family, I'm sure you're made of good stock.
Thank you, Mrs. Catherine. Your words mean a lot to me.
See, Mom? I told you he was a great guy. Yes, you were right, my dear. I can see why you like him so much. Have you heard about Annie's engagement? What? Annie is engaged? I had no idea she was even seeing someone. I know, right? I was just as surprised when I heard the news. Apparently, she's been secretly seeing this guy named Michael, and they recently got engaged. I can't believe it. Annie never mentioned anything to me. It took me a while to find out too. She's suddenly become a recluse and won't talk about her personal life, no matter how hard I try. Do I know the guy? I heard he's her work colleague. I'm sure she'll share the news with you when she's ready. They seem really happy together, though. Hello, Michael. I'm Rebecca, a friend of Annie's from the church.
Nice to meet you, Rebecca. Annie has mentioned you before.
Seriously, Michael, I need to talk to you about something important. I've known Annie for a long time, and I care deeply about her. But there are some things you should know before you proceed with this engagement.
Go ahead, Rebecca. I'm listening.
Annie has HIV, and there's a pattern of the men who marry into her family dying young. It's a difficult situation, and I'm worried about your well-being.
Thank you for your concern, Rebecca. But I want you to know that I'm already aware of Annie's HIV status. It's negative. She already told me from the beginning about how she got misdiagnosed.
Is that so? What about the curse in her family? Are you still going to marry her regardless?
Yes, I love Annie. Nothing can change how I feel about her. Also, perhaps I should let you know that the unfortunate deaths of her brother-in-laws were in no way anyone's fault. Life can be unpredictable, and I don't hold her family responsible for those tragedies.
I see. Well, I just wanted to make sure you were aware of everything.
I appreciate your concern, Rebecca. But I think it's important for us to focus on supporting each other rather than tearing each other down.
You're right. I shouldn't have brought it up like this. I was just worried about Annie's happiness.
I'd like to go now.
You have a good heart, Michael. I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions and making assumptions.